Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. It's morning for me right now, so.
Welcome back. It's Anna, and tonight we're reading the cards for soul level magnetic attraction, the kind that doesn't ask permission, the kind that rewrites destinies, the kind that starts as obsessive wanting and evolves into choosing forever. We're looking at someone who can't stop staring at you and trying to understand what this pull means and where it's trying to take both of you. Let me reveal what the cards are showing about this overwhelming attraction. In the mystical architecture of how souls recognize each other, there exists a knowing that bypasses the rational mind entirely. Your soul knows someone before your brain can explain why. Your body responds to frequency before your thoughts can justify the response. You're pulled toward certain people with a force that feels like gravity. And someone is experiencing exactly that pull towards you right now. Not a gentle attraction they can manage, a magnetic force they're struggling to resist. Every cell in their body is oriented towards you. Every thought eventually circles back to you. Every plan they make includes hoping you'll be there. It's possible you've noticed this person but haven't fully registered the intensity of what they're feeling. Maybe you've caught them staring and they looked away quickly. Maybe you've felt their energy shift when you're near. Maybe you've noticed they find reasons to be where you are, but you might be underestimating how thoroughly you've captured their attention and imagination. Some attractions are quiet, slow building, gentle. This is not that. This is fire. This is obsession in the healthiest sense of the word. This is someone completely intoxicated by your presence, trying to function like a normal person while internally they're screaming at the intensity of what they feel. You might be the first person who's ever affected them this way. They might have dated others, been with others, but never felt this particular combination of desire and reverence and need. Never wanted someone physically while also wanting to know everything about their mind. Never been attracted to someone's body while being equally attracted to their essence. Let me speak into what madly attracted actually looks like in someone's lived experience. This reflection invites you to consider, is there someone whose entire demeanor changes when you're around? Mad attraction shows itself in the body before it shows in words. The way someone's breath catches when you walk in, the way their hands fidget because they need to do something with the nervous energy, the way their eyes track your movement even when they're pretending not to watch, the way their voice changes, either getting quieter or more animated depending on how they handle intensity. In the physical manifestation of overwhelming desire, the body cannot lie. Someone might control their words, might manage their facial expressions, but micro expressions betray them. Pupils dilate, skin flushes, posture orients. The body reveals what the mind tries to conceal. It's possible this person is fighting a constant battle between showing how attracted they are and maintaining composure. They don't want to seem desperate, don't want to overwhelm you, don't want to reveal the full extent of their fixation because it might scare you away. So they're trying to seem casual while everything in them is screaming to get closer. Some people are good at hiding attraction. They've mastered the art of seeming unbothered, but even the best performers have tells, moments where the mask slips, where the attraction breaks through the control, where you catch a look in their eyes that's pure hunger before they remember to soften it. You might have witnessed exactly these moments without understanding their significance. A glance that lasted too long, a compliment that was too specific, a touch that lingered too deliberately, a response that was too eager, small cracks in the facade revealing the intensity underneath. And this attraction, It's not just physical. That would be simpler. This is the dangerous kind, the kind where they're attracted to how your mind works, to your humor, to your energy, to qualities that make you irreplaceable rather than just desirable. They could find physical attraction elsewhere, but they can't find you elsewhere. And that's what makes this consuming. This reflection invites you to consider who looks at you like they're trying to memorize you. Let me part the veils and reveal what the cards show about marriage energy. The cards don't predict fixed futures, they reveal potentials, timelines that exist in energetic form, waiting for choices and circumstances to make them material, and in the spread of your current reality. There's a potential timeline where this attraction doesn't just burn bright and fade, where it deepens, where it stabilizes, where mad attraction transforms into devoted partnership. In the tarot's language of soul contracts and destined connections, certain cards indicate marriage potential. The Lovers, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups. And when these cards appear in someone's reading about you is less than #0. 5# is greater than they're showing what's possible if the right choices get made at the right moments by both people. It's possible the person who's madly attracted to you is someone you could build a life with, not just someone to date, someone to marry. Someone whose obsessive attraction to you now could become the foundation of lasting commitment later. Someone who sees you clearly enough to want you permanently. Some attractions are meant to teach lessons, brief but intense. They come into your life to show you something about yourself and then they exit. But other attractions are meant to stay, to evolve, to become partnerships that last decades. The cards are suggesting this might be that second kind. You might be looking at your future spouse right now without knowing it. The person staring at you, trying to act normal, might be the person you stand with years from now speaking vows. The attraction they're feeling might be their soul recognizing yours before either of your minds understand the depth of the connection. This reflection invites you to consider, is there someone in your orbit you could actually imagine a future with? Let me illuminate what needs to happen for attraction to become marriage. Attraction alone doesn't create lasting partnership. It creates beginning, it creates spark, it creates the initial pull that brings people together. But transforming mad attraction into actual marriage requires something beyond chemistry. It requires compatibility, shared values, aligned visions, the ability to build together, not just feel together. It's possible this person who's so attracted to you has more than just desire. They might have the qualities that make partnerships sustainable, the emotional maturity, the commitment capacity, the willingness to work through difficulty, the vision of future that includes you not just for right now, but for the long term. Some people are great at attraction but terrible at relationship. They can create intensity but not stability. They can make you feel wanted but not safe. They can pursue but not maintain. And if this person falls into that category, the marriage potential won't actualize even though the attraction is real. But if there's someone who has both, if they can sustain what they initiate, if their attraction to you is matched by their capacity for partnership, then what starts as mad wanting could genuinely evolve into choosing each other for life. You might need to look beyond the attraction to assess the person, to see if the qualities required for marriage are present alongside the desire, to determine if this is someone who just wants you intensely or someone who could actually build with you sustainably. This reflection invites you to consider, what qualities beyond attraction would you need to see to consider someone marriage material? Let me speak to what you might be feeling as you consider this possibility. There's something both thrilling and terrifying about the idea that someone currently attracted to you could be your future spouse. Thrilling because it means the story isn't over. Terrifying because it means you might need to actually deal with this connection rather than dismissing it. It's possible you've been keeping this person at arm's length, not because you're not interested, but because the intensity scares you, because you sense that letting them close would mean something significant. Because some part of you knows this isn't casual, and casual feels safer than significant. Some people avoid their future spouse for months or years before finally allowing the connection. They sense the magnitude. They feel how much would change if they said yes. And they're not ready for that level of change, so they maintain distance even while the attraction pulls. You might be doing exactly that right now, keeping someone at bay who's meant to be close, dismissing attraction you actually feel, pretending you don't notice what you absolutely notice, protecting yourself from a connection that could transform your entire life. And the cards are inviting you to consider what you're protecting yourself from. Is it really this person? Or is it the vulnerability of admitting you feel the attraction to, the risk of hoping this could be real, the possibility that letting yourself want them back could lead to everything you've secretly hoped for? This reflection invites you to consider, are you avoiding someone you're actually drawn to? Let me reveal what the marriage timeline might actually look like. The cards don't give exact dates, they show seasons, phases, the general arc of how something could unfold if momentum continues in the current direction. And what they're showing is progression, not immediate, not this month, but not distant future either. It's possible there's a phase of dating first, of the attraction becoming acknowledged, of time spent together where both of you discover if chemistry translates to compatibility, of building trust, of revealing yourselves, of seeing if what looks good from distance is actually good up close. Some people move through these phases quickly, others take years. The timeline depends on both people's readiness, on how much internal work needs to happen before partnership can be sustainable, on life circumstances aligning, on 1,000 variables the cards can't predict precisely. But the potential is there. The thread exists. The person who's madly attracted to you could genuinely become the person you marry if choices align, if both of you choose each other repeatedly across time, if the initial spark develops into steady flame rather than burning out. This reflection invites you to consider, how would your life change if this person became permanent in it? Let me close by speaking to what you need to understand about soul recognition. Sometimes our soul knows before we know, recognizes someone as significant before our conscious mind can explain why, creates attraction that's deeper than circumstances warrant, pulls us toward people who become important even when logic says to be cautious. The person madly attracted to you, they might be experiencing exactly that soul level recognition. Their attraction might be their soul saying this one matters, even if they can't articulate why you're different from everyone else they've met. And you, your soul might be responding, even if you're not consciously aware, might be why you keep thinking about them, why their attention affects you differently than others' attention, why some part of you is drawn even while another part maintains distance. May you trust what you feel beneath the fear. May you stay open to what wants to develop. May you recognize love when it's looking right at you. The attraction is real. The potential is present. The choice is forming. Someone is madly attracted to you. Their entire system is oriented towards you in ways that shock them. You will marry this person. There's a timeline where mad attraction transforms into lifetime partnership, where the person who can't stop staring becomes the person who never stops choosing you. But cards show potentials, not certainties. They reveal what could be, not what must be. The marriage timeline exists, but it requires both of you to walk toward it, requires choices, requires courage, requires both people saying yes to possibility. Trust this. Trust that you're affecting someone more than you know. Trust that the attraction you might be feeling or dismissing could be the beginning of something permanent. Trust that your soul knows who belongs in your life, even when your mind creates doubt. Someone is looking at you like you're their future, maybe because you are stay open,